APIs provided by Azure. So we'll create a resource on a language, natural language resource that we have to create on Azure before we start using it. Then we'll call all these APIs. So they provide different services like entity identification, personal identification, information identification in any of the text that you provided, then language identification, sentiment analysis, right, of the text. So any natural language text, whether it's tweets or some other text or some web text or some documents that you have, you can use these APIs. These are all machine learning APIs to do your analysis or any operations that you want to do. So let's get started. I'm logged into my Azure account. So if you don't have, you can just go up and go ahead and sign up. It's like free trial is there, just that sometimes they will ask for a credit card. So you can go ahead and create this language service. Go ahead and click create. So it provides these features: sentimental analysis, key phrase, text summarization, etc. So we'll look at these, right? And you can give it a name, right? You can choose a server. So I'll just use any Indian server because I'm in India. So name, I'll just give some name, right? Some unique name you want to give, and pricing you can keep it free. And yeah, if you want create, so it will just create. This is so we'll just use some other central US. Some issue in, so I'll just use the central US. Great, so it's created. Okay, now awesome. Now the service is created, right? A lot of details, you can read these details. The most important thing that you need are two things. One is the URL, the endpoint of the API, and the key of the API, right? Nobody can ping the API without the key. And so yeah, so this is created. That's great, right? I think deployment is in progress. We'll do this later. Right, so yeah, the most important things are these. One is the endpoint. So I'll copy the endpoint and put it in my Postman, and the second thing is are these keys. So you can click here and you get the key. So I'll just copy the key and put it here, right? So I'll put it here. Okay, and yeah, so basically we have the key, we have the uh, the endpoint. So endpoint and key are most important. Now let's see how we can call this API. So this link you have to follow. I'll just put it in the description. So this is the endpoint, right? So after the endpoint you have to add this. So after the endpoint I'll add this. Okay, awesome. And you have to do a post request. So I'll just do post. Okay, another important thing is this. So this in the header becomes your key. Okay, I'll just remove this. Okay, awesome. And yeah, let's start with some examples. So in this text only you will find a lot of examples. Let's start with a very basic example, which is for uh, language. So this is entity recognition, right? So I'm copying this body, so you can just put it in the body. This I'll save it as well. Okay, so this is our sort of request. Let's try to send it. Great, so this was the text. So you see the body, right? You can send it documents. So documents is nothing but combination of a collection of sentences, right? So there are two sort of documents you have sent. One is just one line, and other is also another line. So what in the response you got was, what are the entities in the sentence? So first sentence was Microsoft was founded by Bill Gates and Paul Allen. So it has extracted out the entities. Microsoft and Bill Gates is a person, Microsoft is an organization, Paul Allen is a person, right? And then similarly the second text was, Pike Place Market is favorite in Seattle attraction, right? So here also the important sort of entities from the sentence it has picked up, right? You can add your own uh, sentence as well. I'll just remove this. So I'll just say uh, New Delhi is capital of India, anything, right? So I'll just send this. Yeah, so first it extracted the entity which is New Delhi, and also India, which is again location. Yeah, so these are the more important entities, right? Let's see another example. This is for entity extraction. A key phase extraction, this also works very similar, right? So I'll just copy this. So they have given a lot of these examples, so that is also good, right? So send this. Only thing, the URL remains same, only thing this changes, and yeah, and rest everything on the request side, the body remains the same, just you have to change the kind. Okay, so here also key phrases it has clearly found out. These are the key phrases, right? And in the second document, in the third document as well, right? So very similar to entity recognition. Now let's try something different. This is language detection. Okay, so let me just add something in some other language. So like in Hindi, I'll add something, right? English of course it will work. So in Hindi we say like this, आपका क्या हाल है, which is like how are you in Hindi. And then they have in French, and then this I think is some other language. So again everything remains the same, the request body remains the same, just the kind you will notice that it changes. And this URL don't change, nothing else changes, right? The key is also same. Yeah, so it detected language Hindi, and also detected the second documents language as French, and then third is Spanish. Also gives some confidence score as well, how confident it is, right, in the detection, right? ISO 639 I think these are some standards for languages, right? So this is the language detection, right? Next is, yeah, this is also very interesting, is the uh, personal identifiable information detection. So say I'll say some personal information. So I'll say my date of birth is something, right? 12/10/1978, right? And yeah, some other examples as well. Again, just the kind changes, rest every parameter is same. Documents, I think you can just change this and then on this. So again, we just send a request, right? So here see it masked the date of birth because it's a personal information. Also tells me that date time is something which is sort of personally identified. In the other one it says it's a phone number, right, or a routing number. And yeah, so a lot of or you can say my email address is uh, and the address is anything, john at yahoo.com, right? Let's see how it works now. So you have to like play with the API a little bit, right? Yeah, category email. So if you have a very long text which has this kind of personal identified information, maybe some raw text you downloaded from somewhere and you want to mask those sort of entities, you can use this and extract those as well. So email is clearly extracted and also masked this. Okay, so this is about personal identified information. And the last one is the sentiment analysis, right? Again just this one this one we have to change. So yeah, sentiment analysis is nothing, just some positive or negative sentence, like more on the reviews or any like tweet, etc. You want to understand like what is the sentiment. I can also this product is good but it is expensive, right? Something like this. So just want to know if you a lot of data. uh, and yeah, this also remains very similar, the request body, just the kind you need to check, right? That changes. So sorry, what happened? Yeah, so here also negative sort of sentiment, because expensive, right? Again, it depends on their logic, right? This project is good and affordable. If I just say this, let's see what it gives back, right? So positive score. So sentiment can be positive, neutral, negative, right? So it says it's 100% positive. Also sort of extracts the sentence from the document that you see, right? So yeah, this is it. You should check out all the APIs, all the different responses, and then see what kind of a use case you have, right? Where you have a lot of natural language text, whatever you want to operate on, whatever sort of different you know applications you have, and use this API. Just sign up, and you have a free trial as well. You can use this. If you like it, you can go for the paid trial as well. Okay, that's it. Please share your comments, and for more such videos, please like, share, and subscribe.